some of the scenes that I really found memorable were the nightmare scenes, the dream sequences, which I think were terrifying. I think humans' development and the way we interact with each other and how we grieve and how we have these fears of losing one another, particularly, because it's a mother and daughter relationship and they're not getting on, parts of this film too. I think that's a scary thing in itself. It can be quite frightening.
And I thought the woman who played the mother, so the grandmother's daughter, or really the central mother figure of the movie,
Emily Mortimer.
Like I thought she was quite horrible to her mom in the way she treated her. Everything her go-to is like, let's put her in a home. We're too busy for this, and at the very end, it all came together and you saw her give into that tenderness that's supposed to be there.
It is a documentary with a strong message. It's kind of subtle to begin with, but there are frequent messages that come up, particularly at the end. That's when it really drives it home to you, when you see what a massive problem it is. But there are frequent quotes as well from various people about the positive aspects of owning a dog and how fabulous dogs are as creatures. I mean, you've got a dog, you know what it's like.
Yeah, you can hear him crying in the background. I think he knows what we're talking about. Kudos to the filmmakers. Following a dog around, as predictable as they may be, sometimes unpredictable as they may be sometimes.
I think it's very sensitive. I think it's obviously a filmmaker that loves dogs as well and can see the problem and wants to eradicate the problem, much like many of us do.
It also made me bring to mind that, like in Rome, there's a whole place in the city where all the cats congregate and have their own little Aztec town in the middle of Rome. It's great. I don't know. I think that more cities should do stuff like that.
I think I'm biased because I do love Sally Hawkins. I love what she did with Mike Leigh, Happy Go Lucky.
Yeah.
I really think she's a charming actress when she plays the characters, and she's always different in films as well. She's not typecast.
She is very charming, and she doesn't say much in this film because she plays a mute character, but
much to her credit as well, I think, because I think it's a difficult role to play if you're not actually speaking.
I think that's really hard to do, and she just came across so charming and full of emotion, and to me, doing all that without saying words that's really good acting.
Yeah.
Tusker is a writer and he's losing his words, and that's the worst thing really that can happen to a writer, isn't it? So, from that point of view. And there's even a cute dog in it. There's cute scenery, there's a camper van, there's amazing actors, there's every emotional device you can think of to get you bawling. Unashamedly, like I said before, it's unashamedly emotional. And I do think that Harry McQueen's obviously either had personal experience or done a lot of research into how dementia affects a relationship. This is a movie about a relationship that comes to a certain point. You could take dementia out and put any terminal illness in there and it would work. But I think the reason that dementia works so well as it's almost a device because of I've said it several times, Tusker losing his words, and that to me, I suppose it had to be dementia, but I think it's not about dementia. Dementia obviously is another character in the movie, but I think it's about the fact this relationship is changing and coming to its end as they knew it, and that's the heartbreaking thing about it. But that's basically what the movie is doing. It's not claiming to be a movie, I don't think, about dementia. It's a love story, and it's almost an end of love story.
Just kept thinking all the way through this. I kept thinking, be kind, because that was the message that was coming at me. Was they're struggling, but it's all about human spirit, isn't it? It's about human warmth and having people there and feeling the importance of the people around you in your family. And it just felt. It's such a beautiful movie in so many ways. Completely buzzing about this film. I absolutely adored all the performances, and I just loved the spirit of it. It felt like a kind film. Felt very warm film to me.
Loved it. I mean, that relationship between the grandma and David is what warmed my soul, because it's that relationship that happens with grandparents and their grandkids, where there's a very special bond and you feel it. And I just loved all of those scenes, and I loved that relationship, and I just loved that he was so mischievous and so cheeky, and the more he was more mischievous and cheeky, the more she kind of loved it. That I found that relationship just so warm and touching. I thought it was amazing.